everybody. I'm going to read a story today called My Brave Year of Firsts. Tries, sighs, and high fives. This story was written by Jamie Lee Curtis and the pictures were drawn by Lauren Cornell. Have you ever tried new things? Have you ever learned to swim with your head under the water? Did you ever jump off a high mountain? And have you ever learned to ride your bike without training wheels? There's always a first for something. My brave year of firsts. The first time I rode a two-wheeler alone, I crashed. And my mom filmed it on her iPhone. I crashed and I crashed. Dad ran out of steam. He let go. I went straight. Mom filmed me as I screamed. Look, there she goes. I think she's got it. I got my first pet, a rescued lab named Keith. I chose him because we were both missing some front teeth. I'll take care of him, I said with a boast, till the first time I picked up his poop. It was gross. The first day I walked straight into first grade. My teacher, Miss Apple, said, "Don't be afraid." At first I felt like I might not fit in. Then I made my first friends of twins. I struggled at first to learn to tie shoes. I'm going to read that again. I struggled at first to learn to tie shoes. My sweet Aunt Cookie showed me choices to use. There's bunny ears, classic, loop over, under, and through. I tried and I tried till at last I could too. So she practiced different ways to tie her shoe. Can you? I took riding lessons on a pony called Ace. The first time I fell, I got a scrape on my face. But then I held on and I learned how to trot. That giddy up is to go, and whoa is to stop. First grade was fun, new firsts every day. What a homonym was, and what elephants weigh. Oh, way, that way, hair, piece and piece. Not all firsts were fun. Some firsts were hard. When I stole Zoe's pencil, I couldn't play in the yard. Oh no. Have you ever gotten in trouble and you had to sit out? Sometimes that happens. I asked for permission from my parents to walk with Keith and the twins first time round the block. We took some supplies and we carried Mom's phone. We felt all grown up to be out on our own. Have you ever walked around your neighborhood without a friend, without your parents? Be careful. Be careful with that. I went with my class to the public library. At first it seemed huge and a little scary. Then Joel the librarian got me my card. I found my first book. It wasn't that hard. Do you have a library book? Do you go to the library? If you can sign your name, you can usually get a card. I love to go to the library. I also got caught in my very first lie. My parents were cross. I started to cry. I learned a first lesson that to stand up and say I did something wrong starts to make it okay. For the very first time, I worked with my father at his restaurant. I would not be a bother. I put out the hot sauce that makes your ears steam. As a waitress, I was a real part of his team. Do you like hot sauce? My first kept on coming. My first pony show. My first tummy flu that made me go and go and go. My first big girl heels that made me feel tall. My first ballet class. My first game of t-ball. Do you go to ballet? Or maybe you play t-ball? There's always a first with that. Whoa! Triathlon! A fabulous first, my triathlon medal. For my aging group, a swim run and a medal and a pedal. I raced against time. It was quite a test. While some tried to win, I just tried my best. Have you ever been in a marathon or walkathon? It's fun to do. I got my first case of the giggles in school when the boy who sits 2 seats over started to drool. Then the milk I was drinking came out of my nose, and it turned very red from my head to my toes. I turned very red. Oh, it must have been embarrassing. Oh dear. I wanted to learn to make a rope skip, but for all of my tries, I just learned a trip. It was very hard to connect hands and feet till the first time it worked. It was quite a feat. It's hard to jump rope. Can you do it? Keep trying. I found a small beetle who was missing a leg. I got him a box and I named him Greg. I punched a few holes to save him from cats. I added some grass. My first bug habitat. Did you ever make a home for a bug? Can be fun. I got my first bee sting, and boy, did it hurt. I sold my flat rocks that I painted and signed, and I made a donation for the very first time. I tried for the first time to taste my mom's truffles that apparently come from when pigs use their snuffles. She put them in pasta with broccoli stems. Try it, she said. But I'll never like them. Oh dear. Think she'll try it? Doesn't look like she likes them. At the end of the summer, I tubed on my own. I bounced on the water like a skipping stone. The lake was all glassy, smooth, dark, and cold. I held on and I signaled just like I was told. I was taking a ride on an inner tube. Wow. And after the s'mores, we camped by the lake, my very first tent that my dad let me stake. All cozy and warm in my bag with a pad, I thought about all the fun firsts that I had. Can you name all the first things you did? It'd be fun to think about. And I climbed the big rock. It was old enough now. My dad showed me step by step so I'd know how. I looked down at the lake. I jumped out without fear. And when I came up and smiled, the entire lake cheered. She saw me jumping off a big rock. Can you believe it? Some firsts just happen. Some come when I try. Some firsts make me smile. Some firsts make me cry. But I knew at that moment, though I've known all along, that first things first happen when I'm brave, true, and strong. You be brave too and have many good firsts. Have fun, everybody. Bye.